So hi everyone, I am here with one of our Quiet Heart students, Mika, who's actually behind the camera right now. And we are in her front yard. We just mulched her blueberries and did a lot of transplants, and we are talking about the Viola species. This is a cultivated violet. So in the state of Washington, we have a wood violet, a lot of different wood violets, but they're all in a plant genus called Viola. So we also call them violas. And I'm gonna, for this case, I'm gonna pick this viola. So we've been talking about viola as far as eating the flower. So violas, which are blooming right now, spring equinox, are really yummy to add to your salads, or you could add them to any sort of stir fries, and they just have this lovely little like fresh but sweet taste to them. And some say too, like if you look at the wood violet leaves, they look like hearts, and if you look at this one, it's somewhat like a heart too. And it's said that viola is really good for your heart. So if you ever have heartbreak, or you're just really sad, sometimes these times are really sad right now, viola is a really awesome flower for you to eat, or even dry out and make a tea with. So we are talking about making an oil with viola, or our violet. And the oil that we want to make is for any sort of skin irritations or inflammation. So if you have eczema or any sort of rashes, I know working out in the garden, I can really use some violet on my skin. It gets really inflamed right now. Also, if you have any lymph inflammation, so when we get sick, sometimes our parents or our doctors feel our lymph nodes because they swell up, because our lymph is also what cleans out toxins. So when we get sick, we have all these toxins in our bodies, in our bloodstream, and it goes through our lymph system, and that's how we expel those toxins. So we have our lymph nodes, our armpits have lymph, or as part of our lymphatic system, our groin. And if we use violet as an oil and rub it on our lymph nodes, it can be very cleansing to our skin, and it can help remove some of the toxins. So if you're sick at this time, this is a really good flower or herb for you. So for making an oil, I didn't bring my paper towel, but say this was a paper towel. What you can do if you have violets growing in your front yard, you can pick whatever violets come to bloom and set it on a paper towel or paper bag overnight and let it wilt out. And then once it's wilted, you'll notice it will be flat on your paper towel. You can take it and add it to a jar. And you're going to want to fill the jar up to about 3/4, a little bit over full of oil. And every day when you've wilted the violet, you can add it to your oil and stir it in. You could grab a stick or a spoon, and then you would take some sort of cheesecloth or light towel, or even a paper towel, and you would cover it with a rubber band and set it in a warm spot out of the sun. And you let the violet, or violas, infuse into the oil, and you let that sit for about 2 to 3 weeks, and it might change the oil color. And then you could strain it off and put it in another bottle and label it. So in this case I said wood violet oil. I used the native variety, and it was for inflammation and skin issues. So then I can put it on my skin and help with any sort of rashes. In this case I've been working with blackberry, or any sort of inflammation, or my lymph nodes. And in this case, I made a special blend. I added mullein, violet, calendula, and also essential oils of lemongrass and sweet orange, so it has this like vibrant smell to it, and that's specifically to cleanse the lymphatic system. So that's something you could do with it too. Anyways, that's what I have for our cultivated violet or wood violet. So email me if you have any questions.